Hello, and welcome to another episode. I'm Zelmont, and welcome to my YouTube series, where I, play Ark and talk about generally real life stuff. But today is generally I tend to stick away from the longer format. For starters, it because I just free flow. I'm not scripting. It, I'm more likely to have bad takes. Hot takes, as it were, when I do the long form. But because I want to be genuine. Like that's what I'm really bringing to what I'm doing is that I'm a genuine person, right? And I'm not perfect by any means. I try to be. I try, I really do. I hold myself to a pretty high standard. Um, I don't always succeed, but yeah, today I'm gonna be doing a longer format. I set my timer going now for 45 minutes, and then that's not necessarily that I'm stopping at 40, but at that point that'll give me my warning, and I'll close it off, right? Um, and please, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe for more content. And feel free to share, especially this message today. Today's topic and the reason for a longer format is today's topic is about compassion. And it's, right now it's September 6th, 2022. The world seems to be starting to go back to normal, but we're still suffering the after effects of COVID. Um, Inflation really is starting to hurt people. People are starting to notice it. Some people are attacking other people and attacking business owners, and I think it's really important right now when people are suffering the most to remember compassion. And it's not compassion just for one. When I'm speaking compassion, I speak compassion for everybody. And that's kind of where I want to talk about today and kind of focus on really. And otherwise, I'm going to do a round of breeding. Obviously, it's my daily activity is to do breeding. Right now, I'm still working on my Rexes. I have one health mutation, three melee. Um, did I get? I think I got a three melee. Oh, oops. Oh no. I just thought of something. I think I had one out that I didn't. Yeah, this one. Oh well, he's turned into a sacrifice too. All right. Well, oh shit, let's change name. Let's do this right now while I'm thinking about it. Oh, why? Because I didn't get any imprints on him. I had him hatch in between me having time to take my daughter to her first day of kindergarten, which this year they're doing like a staggered start kind of thing, so it's just a half day. And yeah, so I had to take her to school, and apparently I forgot to cryo him. So he is in a pod and he's going to be sacrificed. What's that? Well, I'm going to take him outside, nearly kill them, throw them in a cryopod, and then I'm gonna use them for sacrifice for the dinos that need a sacrifice to tame, right? Um, right on this one on Fjordur, I think that's the Fjordhawks. I think that's how you do it. I don't know. I need to look up a video. I'm surprised I haven't yet, but I do intend actually on going and taming them with my wife as a little adventure for us to do together. Um, but yeah, anyways. Well, yeah, I've got my Rexes going, and I got one. Like I said, I think. No, we had something else. So I'm still going for the 3 milli. But yeah, I'm trying to get my 3 milli onto a male. Right now I got it female. And then otherwise, I'm first health mutation trying to get the second one. Rexes ain't going that fast. I only got the 10 breeding at a time because they're so much bigger than with the RGs where I got like 24. So the RGs, it actually tends to go pretty quick for the most part. My RGs, well, I'll show you when I get in there. Let's get these ones going. Oh, that Stego's getting close enough. He's gonna die. Let's go collect some meat. But yeah. Yeah, compassion, man. And compassion for everybody. Like, you know, I seen on Facebook somebody's ranting about the grocery store is up. There was a apple juice. There was $1 and it's now $2. Like, and that raises all at once. And they're like, oh, that's 100% increase. That's price gouging. And it's like, but these stores have been, okay, for starters, this juice has been the same price for like 20 years. Okay? And for the last year, we've had 8% inflation. But yeah, okay, price gouging. And I tried explaining, like, you know, like you got to, like, there's a side of I'm not saying that there's no price gouging, and I wouldn't really call it price gouging for the amount that it is, because it isn't actually amounting to much, if you actually look at it, right? But like, but yeah, if you break down the numbers, maybe there is a little bit of taking money that they could leave to the community, right? But the fact is they've been sitting there and eating the cost of the inflation on a lot of their products for months. Like, these products don't increase month after month, day after day. It's like 6 months down the road that you actually get an increase, right? What's 8 times 6? That's 48%. So when you're talking about a 33% increase overnight, well, okay, yes, to you it seems overnight. But the reality is in the meantime, all of these producers and whatnot, they've been eating the cost. And I mean, wow, that's loud. But, and I mean, like, you know, as much as you want to deny it, the reality is additional costs are always passed down to the consumer. Like, it always goes down. There's no way around that. You're not going to be in business if you're not making money. And you're not going to be making money if you're the one eating every additional cost. You know, like, yeah, you got to eat something to a certain extent, and that's, like I say, that's they have. That's like, you know, my job. Like, we come out with a menu, but all of our stuff that we order has like increased dramatically over the last few months, and like we're still running with the same menu. Like, it's not like we're able to increase our prices overnight to match the fact that we've been paying more for the last 2 months, right? Yes, there will be an increase down the road, obviously, because you have to. Like I say, like, you can't. At the end of the day, additional expenses is always passed down to the consumer, but you also do need to try and make it in a tolerable amount, right? Like, I don't know. But, you know, it's tough, and it's tough for everyone. And, you know, like, you gotta just be compassionate, you know? Don't think everybody is out to screw you over, and that's, you know, like, it's not everybody, right? Everybody is out to survive. Okay, that's what it is, and we all need to be compassionate and understanding, and just, you know, and be ready to reach out. You know, I've had a number of friends. I'm starting to have people who are legitimately suffering, and I have a couple people on my friends list too, and everybody, I'm mentioning these people specifically. I'm not giving names. I'm not calling out directly, but this type of person, everybody has them on their where they're typically complaining about being depressed and oh woe is me on a regular. Don't ignore these people, okay? Yes, they're overly dramatic, but that over dramaticness is a legitimate call for help. You know, we suck at communicating. You know, so show compassion, be understanding. You know, clearly, if a person is going through that, they want some help of some kind. You know, show some compassion. And right now, times are legitimately hard. Do not turn your back on people because they've always been crap. Yeah, but right now, times are really tough. So those people who are already vulnerable, if you don't reach out, they might actually be telling the truth this time. You know? But I've had some people that I've reached out to, and I don't have time. Like as you can tell, like it's been probably 2 weeks I think since I did my last video. I'd have to check, but yeah, like I have not been making these videos regularly. I just really have not had the time. I am seeking a promotion at work. I have actually spoken to my boss one time. I'm supposed to speak. It looked a bit promising, but I'd have to see if the boss could make the numbers work to be able to meet at a point where that works for both of us, right? I told her and what I wanted, what I'd like to get, as well as what I need, and I am now supposed to talk to her Thursday, and here's hoping that I get a promotion and it's at least enough money, right? It's like I told her, like I actually have no problem killing myself, and because like right now I've been, today's the first actual day off that I've actually had now in, well for 3 weeks. I worked 2 weeks straight, because my days off I was actually working with my wife down at her job. So like I've work. This weekend I actually was sick the one day. I ended up sweating it out the night after work, and yeah, I went to work feeling like crap, and it was too busy for me to get out. I had intended on asking my boss about leaving work early if it was slowed down enough, but I never even got that chance. I never even went there because I was too busy. The closest I come to that is she'd come and ask, is everything going all right? And it's yeah, no, everything's going all right. I just feel like I just feel like I want to be shot. Like I'm dying here, but the work's going fine. It's just it doesn't want to stop. But yeah, she let me go early. Well, she told the one guy, because there was two of me and another guy. We were scheduled to work until the night guy comes in, and she told him that when it was 1 o'clock, if there's a chance to get me out, to get me out. So at 1:30, there was nothing in the dish pit at that moment in time. There were still dishes out in the restaurant that would come back. I'm not, but the dish pit itself was completely clear, and there was no orders up. So I took that opportunity, bailed, come home, hopped in the tub for a bit, laid down till about 8 o'clock, got up for a couple hours just so that I would be able to sleep tonight, then went to bed. And I sweated like half the night. I sweated out, and then the rest of the night I was fine. And when I got up, my stomach was a little sore, but I was completely fine otherwise, which was good because it was not a very fun day either, at work-wise. But yeah, no, I'm hoping for a promotion, and no, I do want to progress. I do want to. Oh. But yeah, My wife just walked in the room, kind of throw me off of track of what I was saying now. Oh, well, let's crack these eggs at any rate. Do, 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 do. Oh, wow. Oops. Whatever. Do, do, do. Apparently I left my baryonyx on meeting when I was on earlier. That's actually a no-no. But it was accident. Yeah, accidents happen. I'm not what one would call a chronic abuser. Wait, he's lovable. He's grown, right? Yes. And Wait now reads as Wait. Cause W and 8. Wait. Why? Because that's the 8th mutation on Wait. So Wait. It's my... See, hun? It's my Wait, RG. Wait, right? W8, wait. So punny. So punny. He's not as pretty as my other one. I wish he had kept the purple. Look at the purple. Wouldn't that have been nice to have kept through? But... What's that? Changed back to the main one. Right. Uh-oh. Didn't even get to get any pretty RGs before I got the next one. Because the purple didn't carry over. Ah. Yeah, I was really hoping that purple would stay for a bit. Oh well. Wow, like I really thought... I was really like, when I thought about this for a topic about like compassion, and just like, you know, because it's just an idea of like general empathy, and like times are tough right now. And I really thought like I'd be able to like just go on that no problem, and not like have to do like what I'm doing right now, where I'm like forcing myself to be like speaking. I just thought I'd have no issue just ranting on about this topic, but I actually seem to be having a fair bit of trouble, actually. You know what I mean? Like, I did my spiel on it, and like, it's... What more do I have to say? Like, I really... I don't know. It's just not really, like, be compassionate. It should be a no-brainer, but people, you know, they need that reminder. Like, be kind, man. Even I need that reminder. There's definitely times, especially over the last couple years, where I've been caught out being just me. I'm being me. Like, there's not, a couple of those times it was justified for sure, but like, I didn't have to be mean. I could have ignored the person. I could have been the better person. I could have just walked away. But instead, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to troll you. And just been cruel, right? Well, I don't know. I've always said I'm a bit of a nice troll. There's a bit of a troll in me, and oh yeah, like if a person is going to be offended and that type of deal, there's a bit of a troll in me. I'm an old school gamer. You know, I survived Baron's Chat. I survived this and that, right? Like where people throw out the worst of insults, and it's like, whatever. Oh, but that's something too. Like Sticks and Stones, man. Sticks and Stones really needs to make a comeback. It really, really does need to make a comeback. I mean, yes, we all should be compassionate, just in general, towards one another. Like we should try to remember it. But at the same time, you know, what kind of sacrifices are you prepared to make? What's important to you? For me, freedom is important. And freedom means it isn't just when things are cozy. Freedom to succeed is also freedom to fail. So, like, I'm not willing to give up liberty for a little bit of security. Sorry. I'm not the one who's going to make that. Like, it's no. Um, I'm thinking maybe I should do something nifty. I might. I was just thinking of building like a trail, building like walk paths across, right? You do a little bit. But, anyways. Oh, all my wonderful RGs. Oh. Well, to be fair, I have gone on the normal time length of my videos. Like, I'm not normally one for doing the long videos. I don't know. It's, you know, when I got like something really scripted, or there's the odd time that I can really pop off and have it go, just work. For just me personally, the topics that tend to be ones that I can, in general, like I'm able to just go on minimum wage. I'm really a proponent against minimum wage as a minimum wage worker. And somebody who, like, I come up from poverty in a single parent household. You know, like I've had to deal with that pretty well my whole life, okay? So like I've seen it up close. And as that person who also like actually is intelligent and knows math and can get basic concepts. Well, my youngest is like coming in like kicking doors, and like I told her I was doing a video. I don't know why she's coming in here kicking doors. You're just checking on your phone. Oh. Must want to play Minecraft with her sister. That's usually what she wants the phone for. She also watches lots of videos on it, but like for her to really want it. Oh, she sent Mom in. Cause that's.
No. It's 99%, Steve. Why was it so bad? It's not dead. It's just not 100%. The light don't change green until it's 100%.
Wow. I wonder how that's gonna go. I'm sure it's gonna come. Something's gonna come through. We'll see how it sounds. Got my eggs. Got my eggs. Yeah. Because, well, you know, people just need to be. Well, compassion doesn't just mean compassion to the people that you like. You know, it's easy to be compassionate to the people you like. Be compassionate to the people that you don't necessarily like. You know, things right now, they're tough for everybody. You know, you have an 8% inflation. Like, do you understand what that means? Like, that's insane. Oh. Yes. Bum 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 bum. Like, if you think we could go through a year of inflation at that high and not have prices start raising a year later, and like, don't get me wrong, yes, there certainly have been some things, but not everything, and it's exactly that. This stuff hits in waves, and you know, welcome to the tsunami, okay? And we're still not done. There's still going to be more little aftershock waves. Still going to, like, especially with our current leaders Trudeau and Biden over here in North America screwing us over here. And Europe has screwed themselves over with their energy policies. Like, oh yeah, maybe we should just keep going with these energy policies. Hey boys. It's working out so well for everybody else, right? But, you know, global elitists will be global elitists. You know, they're not really global elitists if they don't think they know everything, right? They know best. Can't let a free market decide. Whoa! Yeah. Yeah, you know. If I do get that promotion, you definitely know that my next episode will be about me getting a promotion and being all be a self-celebratory episode. Yay, I'm a boss again. Wow. Even now, I operate much like a mid-range boss, and I'd still be that. I'd be a little higher up than I currently am functionally, and I would also just assert more authority then. Because if I get anything, it's going to be manager. The manager's the only way they're gonna be able to justify paying me the minimum amount of money I need. Which is, it's one of those realizations that I had when I was like sitting here wondering, like, how am I gonna make things work? You know, it's, if I'm gonna stay in kitchens, I need to be I need to be kitchen manager. This is the only position where I'm gonna make enough money that I'm actually able to support my family. Like, and now the reality is I am actually qualified for it, and dot 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 dot. But it means that I am specifically looking for that now, as of now, for kitchens. Otherwise, my other option is look for a whole new career within one of the industries, right? Get into lumber, get into the oil patch. Go do that. Carpentry, even like construction. I don't know a whole lot of local construction, but like, yeah, get into that kind of stuff, right? It's not stuff that I've done, but I have a willingness to learn and I have a head on my shoulders and a strong work ethic, so right? Like I'm the perfect green person as far as that goes, right? Yes, I'll be green, but I'll be the perfect green person when ready to learn and with that on their shoulders, capable of learning. I train. I actually do train really well. I'm somebody that hey, it's not that I'm not going to make mistakes, but you'll never have me make the same mistake twice. So, right? But yeah, no, I realized early on that it was I had to go if I'm staying in. The only way that to warrant the money that I'm needing is as kitchen manager. And now, hey, that's what I'm qualified for, but that's what I'm going for. So I think my boss, when I had the meeting, I think that they thought that they were originally coming at it like they're looking to stage me up kind of deal, like do kitchen supervisor or and then kitchen manager down the road. Um, as business continues to change around and blah blah blah. But like I said, the money that I'm on, plus like if you want me to really help, to really be able to really help, what I actually need is I need the cap taking off of my work hours. I need to be allowed to just work and stop getting chased out of work. You know what I mean? Like, because right now when the night guy comes on and I'm supposed to go home, I'm actually kind of being chased out. You know, the supervisor, she'll be if she's working out front, she'll be chasing me out like, hey, what do you need to get out of here? You gotta get out. You know, hours, which I understand. But like I say, so like with putting me on a kitchen manager, well, to put me on a salary. I'm now on salary. It's not about like it's not about the hours for me anymore. It's about getting the job done. And if you pay me enough of a salary, you get a kind of dedication that you're never going to see from anyone else. If you give me my asking price, you're getting a full dedication. Like I, but that's because the amount that I'm truly asking for is an amount that completely 100% pays all of my household bills, including like birthdays and whatnot. Like maybe not Christmas because Christmas can get a bit more expensive than birthdays tend to. I think, anyways. I think Christmas gets more expensive. I don't know. It's hard to say. Christmas is hard to measure because Christmas shopping tends to happen early on, and yeah. But you know, it's the amount I want pays everything that way, and that's my boss asked me, like, would my wife so? It's like, well, yeah, but what my wife's making would just be the extra. It's to get us ahead, and then also like she's a like if time is needed to take off, she's gonna be the one. But hey, if you're not able to give me that full, well, now that means me and my wife need to share the load because we actually need her income more, right? I can't just have her give it up, especially given that I'm the one on salary, so I'm the one who's not losing wages staying home, right? Like, so from a sense, for my household, what makes sense? Well, what makes sense is for me to stay home, and if you're, unless like I say, if you give me that, then the reason you're paying me that much, yes, it's a lot. I agree. But it's worth it. I will make it worth it because I will literally be putting in the hours that would justify it. Plus, like you'll see the results. The result is unreal when you have a actual properly dedicated person, like this is my kitchen and take full pride in it, and everything is spit polished every night, daily, period, end of story, doesn't matter how busy it was. Right? Like, a regular wage slave worker will never give you that level of dedication. Plus, as an owner, you're not necessarily wanting them to, because the labor hours that can extend into at times tends to make it not worth it. But like I say, under a salary, you are able to incorporate it because you get hours all over the place that way, right? But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. And then otherwise, like I say, my only option, and like I told, and that's part of why I actually think positive things, because I did get like a positive response from, and like I told her, like I'm regardless of how anything goes, like I don't, if she can't make it work, I understand. Like I hold no bad feelings. I'm, even if I end up leaving for whatever reason, I'm still super stoked and glad that I come back and worked for her again, because the last couple times left, how can I say, a bad taste in my mouth. You know what I mean? And in her mouth too. Like we both did not really get the best view of each other the last time around. And this time has been very different. Mind you, even last time I still respected her. I just seen where she was coming from. She was a manager from out in the oil patch. Well, out in the oil patch, you're dealing with more of these rig pig guys, and you gotta be tough to deal with them. And here I am, a straight shooter, kitchen softy, more a philosophical type than a rig pig, you know. And yeah, it didn't work out. And then when I went back after, like when my youngest was born, my wife took off a little bit of time at first, but then I ended up taking off time. Number one, I was in a funk at my job in particular, and which is currently kind of my current job. I'd gone into it with promises that had me left in limbo because ownership had switched of the business, and the management that had made promises to me was no longer there, and so I was a supervisor who was promised a way ahead and then was never given a way ahead, and in fact had new owners that specifically come in and blocked me from moving ahead, kind of deal, right? Like it was, and I was in a funk. So yeah, I ended up my wife seeing me just, and I was miserable. I was totally miserable. My wife seeing me how I was, she was going stir crazy being stay-at-home mom. So it worked out for us that she went back to work and I stayed home with the newborn. And I played stay-at-home daddy for a couple of years. And then when I went back to work, I did initially go back to work there. But I was only there for a couple of weeks because initially when I first went there, when I first was getting hired, I went go for my interview, and so basically she's telling me how I'll just be a kitchen grunt. They got a kitchen supervisor and everything is smooth and everything is scheduled and there's a nice cleaning routine and blah blah blah. And then only I start working. And the moment I start working, I'm start noticing, okay, this isn't getting cleaned properly. This isn't getting cleaned properly. This isn't getting cleaned properly. Oh, and your kitchen supervisor just gave their notice. Like it was just a total. And then I was coming to the conclusion that okay, well, I'm gonna have to kind of talk to, because this is kind of a different story than what I was led on to believe when I was hired. And as things are currently standing, I know I'm going to end up stepping up and doing a lot more work than I would normally be as just a minimum wage grunt. So I'm going to have to negotiate some more money, kind of deal, right? Like this was what was in my head. Because clearly I'm going to end up having to take over being kitchen supervisor at the very least again. Which had I stayed, that is the way it would have went. Like, I don't think the owner herself knew that at the time because she didn't really know me. and or my work ethic. Like, she seems to think that I'm a different person now than I was. No, when I come back from being a stay-at-home dad, that stay-at-home dad bit of my life was just what I needed at that point in time. It allowed me to center myself and come back with a very uh, improved uh, improved perspective on life and work and what I wanted to do with my life. And like, it was great. I was ready to go back and work. I was ready to throw myself in to support my family. Like, let's go. As I am now. But like, what ended up happening is 2 weeks in, like I say, this is all going on. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to. 2 weeks in, I ended up sick. I call her, hey, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm sick. I'm not gonna be able to make it into work. Like, I'm sorry. Well, you have to make it into work. And she was kind of in a panic because she was. My understanding was she was out of town at the time. She wasn't. So like, she was not in a position to be able to do anything, right? And it's like, well, like, I can't, like, like, I'm sorry, like, but I'm like legitimately sick, and like, I was like too sick to work. There's no way I can work tonight. Well, you have to. I was like, well, okay. Hung up the phone with her. At that point in time, immediately, I knew I was not going to be able to work. Like, she would not take no for an answer, but so already at that point in time, it's like, well, I was getting my stuff on to run over to the hospital for a doctor's note because I can't, like, I'm too sick to work. She calls me back. Well, so and so, they'll work, but you gotta promise me that you're gonna make it into work tomorrow. And it's like, well, I think what I have is just food poisoning. Which, if that's the case, yeah, okay, then I'll be, give me a day and I should be fine tomorrow. But and I legitimately, that's what I thought had happened. I thought I ate a bad sub the night before, and I'd had one bad bite and had thrown out the rest of that sub. But when I woke up sick the next day, I was under a fairly reasonable assumption that I was suffering from food poisoning. Right, that's all it was. Turns out that no, I was actually sick. So the next day, it was a morning shift. I knew, like, it's a morning shift. Morning shifts, especially opens, you can't call in for, you have to show up for. And it's like, when other people show up and blah, 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 then you can let people, get out kind of deal. But, like, you have to initially show up because people just, in general, aren't up that early to be called in. So, I went in, I still went into work. I felt like crap. I went into work, and then when my help got there, I texted the boss. I'm like, I was in the bathroom and stuck. I had been in the bathroom at that point. By the time I texted her, like, probably 35 minutes. Look, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not gonna. And she called me, and, well, I told you that I was like, and I was feeling like crap, and I was at it, and I told her, well, I quit, and that was it. I left. And yeah, it left a bad taste in both of our mouths, right? She thought I was a horrible worker and was faking sick and blah, blah, blah kind of thing. And I was like, no. The worker you have today, that's the worker you would have had back then had you just understood that it was just bad luck. I just happened to be sick. Like, it's life. Sorry. But, like I say, I'm so glad. Like, either way, I'm so glad that I went back. And if things don't work out, if she's not able to do it, well, that's fine. But means I get to start actively applying for any entry-level industry jobs I see posted, and every kitchen manager job that I see listed that I can possibly commute to. I know there was a couple that were local just being posted the other day, so it's definitely possible for me to still remain a kitchen guy, even if my current owner can't do it. But I don't know, the way it's looking, I might just not be a kitchen guy much longer. I might join the statistics. Mind you, I've been in cooking a lot longer than the 5 years that the average line cook lasts. A lot longer. I've been cooking for over 20 years now. Be a shame for the industry to lose somebody like me. It really would. Really would. But hey, we'll see. Like I say, my boss, she actually seemed genuinely wanting to figure a way to make it work. So, and that is another thing. Like even if I do feel appreciated. Like she does know what she has with me. She does understand what I'm worth. But you know, times are tough for everybody, right? Times are tough for everybody. Just because you're a business owner doesn't mean you're greedy, man. And the fact is to be a business owner takes a little bit of greed. If there ain't a little bit of greed, if you're not making a profit, you're not staying in business. End of story. Period. Oh, stop. Oh, there. That's the timer. So we actually made the time. But yeah, well, we're just hoping that the next episode is going to be a celebration for my promotion. If not, well, hey, you know, we'll just keep moving forward. That's life, right? You just keep moving forward. Everybody understands that I'm capable of it, and blah blah blah. So it's just about getting there, and you know, there still is a possibility of me getting my own place going. So. That one is more of a pipe dream than anything. That one in particular, even I'm like, it sounds like the guy who always has a plan, get rich quick scheme, just talking out his butthole. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right about that. But you never know, right? But yeah, thanks for joining me. And hopefully y'all agree with me that you know, you really got to be compassionate. You got to look at it. You know, everybody is just trying to get by, and times are tough for everybody. Just because a person comes from wealth doesn't mean that they're not suffering too. No, the wealthy in particular are not suffering the same way that the poor are. And the poor I feel so sorry for. Get out there and work, man. I'm sorry. There's nothing else for it, man. Get out there and work. Get out there and work. Keep your nose clean. You know, I know that sometimes it can look like the more criminal elements can get you there faster. But the reality is those elements only ever lead one direction, man. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. That's how criminals get caught. But yeah, thanks for joining. Don't forget to leave a like, share, subscribe for more content. I love to see my subscribers go up. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you agree with it. Compassion and kindness and understanding, man. It's you know, I hate to be the hippie there, but you know, like, 'cause, you know, hippies kind of stink. But yeah, that's thanks for tuning in. Later. Summer bash. Backflip. Ta-da! Thanks for joining.